So I'm standing here with one of my favorite gardeners, Jan McNeilan. And Jan, it is that time of month where we come chat with you about things to be doing at this time of year. However, this time we did want to make a reference to last month's story on root rot. So I'll let you take it.
It's kind of a convoluted thought, root rot and stress being related.
Right.
And so I actually wrote it, and I'm going to just plain read it so that it's clear. When some plants are subject to soggy soils in the winter, their roots rot. And when summer heat stresses plants, they don't have the hair roots to take in the water and nutrients that they need, and they don't grow new roots. And thus, a plant that can die of root rot in the summer, and it can die of drought stress in the winter.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. And you're talking about those little feeder roots that are on top there, and I see that
the cat's back.
Come back to visit with us. But that's really what you're talking about. There's those roots that really take in all the necessary stuff in the immediate sense are gone.
Right.
Okay.
And that's you're going to see that in some plants that are in heavier, soggier soils.
Right.
Just like you're going to see stress right now on trees.
And we
the drought
we can
stress.
see one right over there.
There's a cedar, a western red cedar that's flagging.
Yeah.
And what that means is the interior of the plant is browning, but the tips are green.
Yeah.
So it's just losing as much as it can so it can still support the tree. So it's fine.
So then what else do we have going on here? Because I see something really lovely here.
Yeah, this is a fruit fly heaven. It's stuck in the bag here, but I finally got tired. I've done all sorts of different tricks to catch fruit flies in the kitchen when I'm canning and doing other things with lots of fruits and vegetables. And so I had some fly paper in the garage, and I put one up, and sure enough, it works better than anything I've ever used.
And in full disclosure, you did put this right over your kitchen sink.
It was just to the left. Yeah. I don't like it for the great big flies. That's what it's for. But then you get to watch those flies sort of move their feet.
It's true.
And fruit flies are smaller.
And
so
and this, how long was this one up?
About 4 weeks. I just left it up the whole time that I had things in the kitchen.
Because we are bringing in a lot of fruit and different vegetables this time of year in our kitchen.
And
so
it's
that
cheap,
would make sense.
it's non-toxic, it's just throw it away.
Right there. And then we should also cover some spider stuff that's going on this time of year as well.
Right. Well, we go inside when it gets colder, and so do insects and crawling critters and spiders and everything else. So it's not uncommon to have spiders in the house. Doesn't mean that they're all venomous spiders. They're just spiders. The spiders that you see out in the garden that you're going like this with,
it's a lot of kung fu action,
they're orb weavers. They're the ones that have the rounded web, and those are not venomous spiders, and they aren't even going to bother coming in the house unless it's really easy to do. So our thought is, instead of using any chemicals in the house at all, just have a shop vac or a small vacuum, or there's all sorts of ways to get them outside.
Yep, I've often used paper cups.
Yeah.
So I'm guilty of that. And what else do you have for us then?
Well, leaving leftovers to rot, like on mummified fruit, you clean it up. And if you've got rotting vegetation, clean it up so that it's not there all winter long, so that it's not an issue.
Yeah.
If you have spring bulbs, it's time to get them in the ground. If you don't, if it's December and you still haven't done it, it's better to plant them unless the plant is, unless the soil is frozen.
Right.
But so get those in the ground. A lot of people stop weeding in the fall because, one thing, we're just tired of working outside.
It's exhausting.
But the more weeding you do now, the less you're going to have in the spring to deal with.
Well, there you have it. Not only can we find things to do at this time of year, but we can also plan on things to do next year to make it easier for us. Thank you so much, Jan. We'll see you next month.
Okay.